Hi, this is Mike Shore, and this podcast will demonstrate how to access and add images to your gallery that you will use for GRD167. When you log in, you will use the login link at the top of the gallery when you first access it, and log in with your username as your last name and your student ID as your password. Once you do that, you will find your gallery album somewhere amongst the ones that are available to all users. Notice that yours, in this case, this is mine for Michael Shore, and because I am the owner of that and have editing capabilities, it has a drop down, whereas the others don't. So you can't accidentally edit somebody else's album and make any changes to it. So I'm going to go ahead and from this drop down I'm going to select Edit Album. And notice this has my username, which you shouldn't really change. This title right here is what will show up on the front page. So either use just your last name, or you can change if you want to put your full name there, and summary keywords and so forth. We'll return to this in a moment. The big thing I want to do right now is go ahead and walk through the steps of adding an album for your first assignment. So I'm going to do an Add Album over here on the left hand side under Options. And I'm going to name this album Photo 1, and then give it a title of that as well, and put in a brief summary. And then once I'm done, go down here and click on Create. One change you should make down here is make sure that you have 1024 by 1024 and 1280 by 1280. These will be target sizes that you can use within the album for display. Also, I'm going to go ahead and put 800 by 800 just to give it enough flexibility. And then I'm going to go ahead and check all of these check boxes here. And then once I've got that done, I'll just simply click on Save. Once the Continue page comes up, click on Continue. And now if I want to see what this is going to look like, right now it's totally empty. If I go back to my root album, it should just show that I have this Photo 1 album here. Now, if I want to edit this album, in other words, I want to add some photographs to it, I'll open it up in edit mode and then click on the Add Items link. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can add photos to your albums, and that is you can do 2 at a time like this, or I can go to Upload Album Applet, and this will open up a Java-driven applet that will allow me to drag and drop multiple images. Once this applet opens up, I can simply switch over to my local files, select the files I want to put into the album, and drag them into this window here. Now these files are all queued up to be uploaded to my new album I've just created. I can also open up a local system dialog to select pictures by clicking this button right here. And then once I've got all my photos selected, I simply click on Upload. And as you can see from this dialog, it is transferring the files over. Once that's complete, you can see it empties out the queue, and now I can go back to editing the album and taking a look at what's in there at this point. you might see, if you upload a bunch of files and they're large, you might see a momentary lag by the time it creates the thumbnails, but once everything is processed, you'll see those items there. And if you want to, you can go in and edit the different aspects of each photo. Also, for each album, you can set the startup photo that you'll see when you're looking at the album, and that's referred to as the highlight photo. In this case, I'm going to select this Tundra photo and set that as the highlight for this particular album. And then it shows you which one you're going to be setting it for, photo 1. So I'm going to go ahead and click highlight. And now if I look at my overall albums, when I look at photo 1 or see photo 1, it's going to have this photo as my highlight photo. And that's about all of the simple operations. One thing you might want to do is, once you select an album for editing, is to select a theme for it. And what this does is just change the appearance of the pages, the web pages that will appear surrounding the album. So you can see that's a pretty drastic change right there. And there's several of these themes built into the system that you'll have access to. And that's all there is to the basic operations of our gallery that we're using for GRD167. This has been Mike Shore from the Web Technologies Department. Hopefully this has been helpful for you and get you through starting up with the photo album system.